Now listen. All participants are muted.
Yeah, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I just heard somebody chime in from Dallas, Texas. That's what I'm talking about. Hope everybody's feeling good this morning. Don't forget your new newsletter comes out tomorrow. Every Friday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, we drop a new newsletter that's focused on either mindset, skill set, or heart set. You know what I mean? Every time it's mindset, skill set, or heart set that helps you get further faster with less effort. And each newsletter has little pieces of each in there. You always get quotes that make you think. You always get some kind of mindset piece that'll help you begin to adjust your philosophy and bulletproof your philosophy little by little. And the beautiful thing about the newsletter is that it's shareable. It's the fact that you can fast forward it to your entrepreneur friend. You can fast forward it to your entrepreneur team. You can fast forward it to your sales staff. I keep saying fast forward it. You can forward it and they're gonna move faster. You know what I'm saying? But the newsletter comes out every Friday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. Hopefully, I've done a good job of making it the highlight of your day. Hopefully, I'm doing a good job of making it the highlight of your Friday every week. And who knows, maybe even a highlight of your week. If you get the newsletter every week, let me see some fire emojis. Let me see some fire emojis if you get the newsletter every week. We have a lot of fun with that thing, man. So I hope you guys have been enjoying it. But that's every Friday at 3:30 p.m. All you got to do is go to millionaireminded.com, or you can go to wearemillionaireminded.com. I want to welcome Rita B to the Kaizen Academy. I want to welcome Jamie Foster to the Kaizen Academy. Chanel is in the Kaizen Academy. Mrs. Ali Goins. I want to welcome all our newest members to the Kaizen Academy. Anybody else here? That my man Mark Bates, Mark Bates, an OG with the Kaizen Academy, but I still gotta welcome him because of the fact that he's been coming to class lately. Hey, Mark finally been coming to class. Mark been shooting out so many testimonies since he's actually been attending the class. Up until now, it's like Mark just been supporting to pay his tithes, just to keep the good karma coming. I feel you. What's crazy is, Mark is like second only to me when it comes to, sales, what we about to talk about this morning. And Mark, I want to see how many of these principles you already knew, bro, because ain't no quick fix. Ain't no magic wand. Ain't no potion that's going to give you the entrepreneur success that you've been looking for. That ain't how it work, y'all. That ain't how it work. If you follow me on Instagram, No Money Down King, right? No Money Down King. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see every morning I'm giving these success secrets. But check it out. Ain't no single success secret. I'm going to give you 15 of them this morning, but I just want you to understand that no matter how many principles I give you, no matter how many strategies I give you, no matter how many actions I give you that you can take, you still got to take them, baby. You still got to actually use them. So I'm going to give you 15 of them this morning. There's a lot I'm trying to cover in 15 minutes. So let's get into it. The first one is believe you can do it. Now, I know that sounds like a t-shirt or something, but I'm telling you, if you believe that you're the best, if you believe that you're capable of achievement, you are getting in tune with the hardest thing for a human to do. I ain't kidding you. Because when you were born, you believed you could do it. And then society taught you that you couldn't. I'm telling you, you are going to have to require yourself to support yourself. You're going to have to require yourself to encourage yourself. You're going to have to require that you use positive self-talk. You must also believe to the core of your being that your product, that your service, that your customer service, that your company is the best. You've got to believe, because that's what's going to define how much of your potential you fulfill. It all starts with your belief. Expectation is a superpower. And you got to realize there's a word for people that expect to lose. They call them losers, just like there's a word for people that expect to win. Think about it. Think about it. There's a word for people that expect to win. They call them winners, just like there's a word for people that expect to lose. I just want you to think about that a little bit. Here's number two, create the environment. Create the environment, y'all. Create the environment. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the idea that the easiest way for you to learn, the easiest way for you to be encouraged and supported is to have the right home and the right work environment, right? A supportive spouse or significant other, supportive family members, supportive coworkers that'll make that road to success a smooth ride. It's up to you to create that thing. It's up to you to create that thing. Am I making sense? Here's number three along those lines, because I want you to rank yourself on each of these. Really do some self-assessment like, yo, how good am I at doing this? Because if you nail all 15 of them, I guarantee you're in the top 10% of whatever it is you're doing, whatever company you're working with, whatever industry that you're in. You're in the top 10% if you're doing these, because most people, let's be honest, are extremely mediocre and proud of it. They're okay with being mediocre. They're just like, hey, this is who I am. I'm just a normal, average, mediocre person. If you're doing the things I'm laying out, you can't help but rise to the top. Am I making sense? Number three is create these associations. Create these associates, because the fastest way for you to learn about how to succeed is to hang around successful people. You hear me? Who do you hang around with, right? That's who you're likely to become. You hang with 9 successful friends, you bound to be the 10th. Does that make sense? And if you ain't got 10 friends and you only have 5, man, they better be successful, because that's where you're getting all your input from. Unfortunately, y'all, we don't give ourselves self-image. You got to realize you don't have a sales problem. You don't have a drug problem. You don't have an eating problem. You don't have a exercise problem. You don't have a money problem. You don't have a relationship problem. What do you have? You have a self-image problem. You have a self-image problem, but you don't give yourself self-image. Self-image comes from the people you hang out with. Self-image comes from the music you listen to. You see, you think you a bad bitch because you listening to rap. Pardon my language. I know we got children listening and everything, but you listening to this nonsense. So you think I ain't even gonna go there. You get what I'm saying though? Self-image. Here's number 4. Plan for the day. Plan for the day. If you want to be in the top 10% of whatever you're doing, check it out. What are you doing to plan for the day? Right? What are you doing to plan for the day? Hey, appreciate that, guy. Appreciate that, homeboy. What are you doing to plan for the day? Check it out. Since you don't know on which day success is going to happen, you better be ready every day. You better be prepared with education. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I apologize. That's the worst. That's the worst. That came from a conversation I was having yesterday where I'm just like, it's this music messing us up, and we don't look at music as a vice. We don't look at music as a vice that it really is. Music is a vice, just like drinking too much. Music is a vice, just like, smoking too much or eating too much. It's a vice. You hear what I'm saying to you? Appreciate that, Jess. Jess got my back, but I still didn't mean to say that. Yeah, and the children hearing that, right? They hear it when we playing it on the music. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, let me get back to the subject. Don't let me get back to the subject. Appreciate that, Dr. Monet. All right. And if Keonta's, who a whole young preacher, feel me, then I'm definitely on the right track. All right, appreciate that. Okay. Plan for the day, right? You don't know what day success is going to happen, so be prepared, because the will to win is really the will to prepare. That's why you're preparing with education. You're preparing by planning out your goals. You're preparing with understanding the details that you need to hit for their achievement. You get what I mean? Learn to goal plan. Learn to visioneer. Be an imagineer. You know what I mean? Because you're never going to go higher than the goal. You're never going to go higher than a self-image. And so these two are super important. Here's number 5 I got for you. Become valuable, y'all. Look to become a resource, not a salesperson. The more valuable you become, the more the marketplace is going to reward you. In my book, I talk about the law of compensation, which is three different things that you got to kind of mix up and ask yourself, where am I at? It's like, yo, the need for what it is you do, the skill that you do it with, and then the difficulty in replacing you. Are you irreplaceable? Are you irreplaceable in your relationships? Are you irreplaceable to the company that you work with? Are you irreplaceable to your team? Or is it like you leave and they just like, I didn't even know they were gone. You know what I mean? Listen to me. I hope you understand that you should not be seeking to be a man or woman of success, but instead a man or woman of value. The more valuable you become, the more powerful you become. If you become valuable, the marketplace has to reward you. Your bank account is a reflection of the service you provide. Your bank account is a reflection of how often you give first. Become known as a resource, not a salesperson, because your value is going to be linked to your knowledge. Your value is going to be linked to your willingness to help others. And those are two things we can all do. We can all get more knowledge and we can all be of more service. Am I making sense? Here's number 6, recognize opportunity. This is why I always work on you with your attitude. Recognize opportunity. Yeah, the more valuable you become, the more powerful you become, Kaiser Knight. Check this out. And the reason I want you to learn to fix your attitude is because attitude is what's going to help you recognize the opportunity around you. Attitude helps you see the possibilities when opportunity strikes, because a lot of times opportunity shows up looking like adversity. You hear what I'm saying to you? That's why you got to work on your attitude. You don't have a money problem. You have a self-image problem, which is giving you an attitude problem. You get what I mean? I forget who said it. Maybe it was Edison, or maybe Edison stole it from somebody knowing Edison. But check it out. Most people miss opportunity when it shows up because it comes in overalls disguised as work. You hear what I'm saying to you? Here's number 7, moving right along. That attitude is also going to help you take more risks. Taking chances is a common thread amongst every successful salesperson I've ever talked to. Taking risks is like this common thread. You've always heard people say, no risk, no reward, right? And it's true. It's a true fact. And most people won't risk because they think they fear the unknown, right? But let me tell you the real reason people won't risk. They don't prepare. They lack the preparation and the self-education that breeds self-confidence. It breeds the ability to take a chance because you feel prepared. Huh? It ain't that you fear the unknown. It's that you fear the fact that you know you ain't prepared. So get freaking prepared. Everything that was ever accomplished was done by the unqualified. Because the only thing that qualifies you is the fact that you've done it before. So everything that was ever done for the first time was done by the unqualified. You were unqualified to do a lot of the stuff that you did. You hear me? You hear me? But what you can do is prepare. Here's number 8, take action. Take action. Y'all know Nike say, just do it. Just do it. Y'all remember that from the 90s. Don't do me like that. But why are we so big on taking action? Because it's the only way to bridge the plans and the dreams and the goals with their actual accomplishment. You got to take action. Nothing happens until you do something to make it happen. You hear me? Number 9, take responsibility. Take responsibility. What do I mean by that? The easiest way to stay poor, the easiest way to stay stuck is to blame other people. That's the easiest way to give away your power. Taking responsibility for your actions is the only, check it out. I always say this, but I think it's worth repeating. In Spider-Man, I don't know how many comic book fans we got out there. They always say with great power comes great responsibility, right? So what do they mean by that? They mean he's got these superpowers and now, he should take care of others and do the right thing because to whom much is given, much is required. But check this out, y'all. Do you realize it's not only with great power comes great responsibility? Do you realize with great responsibility comes great power? Think about that. With great responsibility comes great power. Blaming others is hella easy to do, but it always makes you mediocre. Since we got children listening in, when you blame your brother, when you blame your friend at school for making you mad, You say it was their fault that you ain't do your homework. You start blaming your coworkers. Now I'm rising up a little bit on who I'm talking to, right? You start blaming your coworkers for the fact that the company sucks. You blaming your management for the fact that you don't make enough money. You're blaming the industry. You're blaming the economy. What are you doing? You are shirking responsibility. Successful people take responsibility for everything they do and everything that happens to them, because anything less is uncivilized. Here's number 10. Make mistakes. Y'all like, I thought these were principles entrepreneurs can use to succeed. Yeah, they are. And I'm telling you, make mistakes, because the ultimate teacher is failure. Listen to me. It's the rudest of awakenings. But guess what else a failure is? It's the breeding ground for self-determination. Let me tell you what a failure ain't: a person. Let me tell you what a failure is: an event. Your child bring home a F on a report card. That don't tell you who your child is. That tells you how your child felt for 15 minutes at some point last week or some point last month. Don't think of them as mistakes, y'all. Think of them as learning experiences that we ain't gonna repeat. You know what I mean? Number 11, keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. What do we mean by that? What do we mean by keep your eye on the prize? Millionaires, post your goals. Y'all post everything else. Post your goals. Let us see what you're going to do by this time next month, this time 3 months from now, this time 6 months from now. Stay focused on your dreams, right? Put yourself in a place where we can all help you stay accountable to what you said you was going to do. The reason I always say GOD, goal over distraction, is because all these diversions will just knock you off your path. All these diversions will just knock you off your path. And the only reason you're so easily distracted is because you haven't crystallized your vision. You haven't thought about how it's going to feel to accomplish it. You hear me? Here's number 12. Balance yourself. Balance yourself. Number 12 is balance yourself. Your physical, your spiritual, your emotional health is what leads you to be a better manifester. Because like I tell you almost every morning, if you own it physically, you're a third of the way there. If you own it, if you own it emotionally, which means you can describe to us how it would feel to happen, you're a third of the way there. If you own it intellectually, right, you can describe to us what it is and how it operates and how it's going to change your life, then you're 2/3 of the way there. Now it's going to show up physically. But if you're not in good spiritual health, which means you aren't feeling the vibrations of what it is, you're not thinking from the place you want to be at, right? You got to think from where you want to be, not from where you are. You hear what I'm saying? You got to think from where you are, not where you want to be. You hear what I'm saying to you? But that's going to take you being able to balance yourself. Your physical health, your spiritual health, your emotional health. Plan your time to also allow for a little bit of self-love so you can synergize with your work goals. So you can synergize your energy with what it is you have to do out here on a physical plane to make it happen. That's what all the cream of the crop do, y'all. Number 13, I had to mention this. Obviously, we own a financial literacy company, right? That's changing lives all over the country and soon the world. But check it out. You got to invest and not spend. There should be a 10 to 20% gap between your earning and your spending, at least. What am I saying? I'm saying you got to pay yourself before you pay all these bills, man. I ain't going to tell you got to cut your credit cards in half. But you know if you have a spending problem. You know if you're doing a little too much retail therapy, a little too much Amazon meditation. You know what I'm saying? You got to start paying yourself first, baby. You know, start studying mutual funds. Start paying yourself $20 a week. Start paying yourself $30, $40, $50 a week. You know what you can bear. Everybody can save $30 a week, $40 a week just by going on a diet. And a diet wouldn't do none of us bad. Right? Here's number 14. Here's number 14. You ready? Stick at it until you win. The book that saved my life, I really need to put it on the shelf. I'm going to do that. is this book called It Ain't Over Till You Win. It Ain't Over Till You Win from my mentor, Mr. Les Brown. Millionaires, remind yourself it ain't over till you win. That's number 14. Because most people fail because they quit too soon. Like my mentor always says, most people don't fail because they aim too high and miss. Most people fail because they aim too low and hit it right smack dab in the center. Millionaires, are you really sticking to the self-image that allows you to stick to it until you win? Don't you think it's weird that so many people can do much more than they do with what they have? Don't you think that's weird? There's not a single one of us that's watching this right now or can hear my voice that wouldn't say to themselves, if I could do it all over again, I could have done a lot more with what I've been given. So what is that? It's the fact that we develop our intellect and not our awareness. You aren't aware of your identity, and therefore you can't do the activity that would lead to the property. That's why we say be, do, and then have. You get what I'm saying? Please don't let that be you. Continue to tune in every morning. Continue to develop your bulletproof philosophy. Don't quit on the 10-yard line, man. Have whatever it takes in you to score. Acknowledge that you have whatever it takes in you to score. Understand that it's all about you acknowledging your talents. It's all about you cherishing your talents and then nourishing your talents, or acknowledging your talents, which is mindset, nourishing your talents, which is skill set, and then cherishing your talents, which is heart set. It's all about acknowledging the relationships that can make you successful, nourishing the relationships that can make you successful, and then cherishing the relationships that can make you successful. You get what I mean? It's about acknowledging the self-image that you need. It's about nourishing the self-image you need. And it's about cherishing the self-image you need. Am I making sense? Because number 15 is you. Number 15 is you. You can let all these naysayers and haters rain on your parade, or you can get real focused on who the heck you are. Who the heck you are. That's the real secret. And it ain't even all that complicated. It ain't nuclear physics. This ain't brain surgery. It's about who are you? What is your self-image? What are you doing to develop your self-image? The reason that this success formula is considered a secret is a secret to me. I don't get it. But I think what they mean is most people won't do it. That there are so few people willing to put in the effort to become more so that they can have more. You already using 100% of what the current version of yourself can do. The only thing that's got you making $100,000 a year is the lack of awareness on how to make $100,000 a month. That's why you've got to develop who you are and then think from that place. Think from the place you want to be. Millionaires, because the biggest secret and the biggest obstacle is you. You hear what I'm saying? The formula is there. Everybody knows. But I'm going to tell you something. There's a huge difference between knowing what to do and doing it. And that's why every morning we do these affirmations. You know, some of y'all don't call in. Y'all just ride on out. And I ain't mad at you, because at least you were here for the mindset, skill set, heart set part of it, right? But also I want to challenge you to start developing your self-image. You know, that's why it's so important you order, you know, stuff like vision board coloring books. I know it seemed like something for the children and all of that, but nah, man. Nah, man. It's like you need to visualize yourself in the room in the tropics with the jacuzzi in that joint and all of that. You need to be picturing that. You need to be dumping that in your subconscious mind. And then you got note pages so you can take the notes, right? Don't measure yourself by what you've accomplished. Measure yourself by what you should have accomplished with your ability. There's like 75 of them joints in here. This thing cold, man. You need the bedroom with the double-sided fireplace. You know what I mean? All right. Let's see what that quote say while y'all calling in. If you don't know where you want to be in 2 years, you're already there. That's crazy. I turned the 2 quotes that's from me. Let me make sure y'all know these ain't just my quotes in here. Hold up. Yeah, I'm the greatest. I said that before I even knew I was Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? All right, repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. Let's go. These are the same affirmations I was saying when I was homeless. You know that? I was sleeping in my car and I was like, I am now a millionaire because I wasn't letting my physical reality dictate my thoughts and then affect my spirit. I'm going to speed up my vibration. I'm going to raise my frequency. Same thing, by the way, because the first law of the universe is the law of energy. I'm raising my energy, increasing my frequency, letting that affect my thoughts, and then letting that manifest my physical reality. You get what I mean? Repeat after me. I am